Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. In this video, we shall have the discussion of the third semester BCom BBA Generic English February 2024 examination question paper under Bangalore University. And the same question paper can also be considered as the practice question paper for the Bangalore North University students because BU and the BNU have the same syllabus. So now let's begin the discussion of the 2024 examination question paper third semester BCom BBA Generic English. So the very first section, section A consists the questions from the play, The Fire and the Rain, and the 5 speeches. Now we shall have the discussion of the questions from the play. So here under subsection, answer any 5 questions in one of the following sentences. So you have here 7 questions and you need to opt here 5 questions, and each question has a weightage of 2 marks from the play Fire and the Rain. Question number 1. How did Yavakri die in the play? Yavakri was killed by Brahma Rakshasa, and the Brahma Rakshasa was sent by whom? By Rabhya. Question number 2. Which community did Nitalai belong to? She belonged to the tribe, or she belonged to the tribals. What do the fire and the rain symbolize in the play? The fire stands for the burning rage and hatred of Yavakri against Rebhya, the fire of jealousy against Parvasu. The fire symbolizes the cyclic hatred that never ends. It also stands for the fire sacrifice. The rain stands for the appeasement of the gods and the reward. This is about the fire and the rain symbolic significance. Then the fourth question we have here: what role did Arvasu play in the drama The Triumph of Lord Indra? Arvasu played the role of Vritra in the Triumph of Lord Indra. What was Arvasu's desire in his life? Arvasu would like to act, sing, and dance, and also he also would like to marry Nitilai, but he could not. What does Nitilai's father and the villagers decide when Arvasu does not arrive on time? They decided that Nitilai will marry with another boy of their own tribe. Question number 7. What were the 2 questions that Nitilai wanted to ask Yavakri? She would like to ask Yavakri, can he make it rain? Can he tell when he's going to die? So out of those 7 questions, you need to opt only 5 questions. Now we'll discuss here the 5 marks questions, and here you have 3 questions, and out of 3 questions, you need to opt only 2 questions. So very limited choice. Give a character analysis of Arvasu in the play The Fire and the Rain. Characters are well portrayed. Girish Kannad has created complex and multi-dimensional characters in the play The Fire and the Rain. Arvasu is a fascinating character in the play The Fire and the Rain. Although he is not erudite like his father and brother, he is proud and arrogant like them. He has a heart of gold. He is not proud of his Brahminhood. He falls in love with Nitilai, a tribal girl, and for her sake, he renounces even his caste. He joins the troupe of actors because he takes interest in singing and dancing. The profession of acting was reserved in those days for the low caste only, even though he would like to act, sing, and dance. Arvasu is a silent sufferer. He owns the responsibility of patricide, an abject crime which his brother Arvasu committed, which his brother Arvasu killed his own father. Arvasu assumes a demonic role in the play Arvasu assumes a demon's role in the play within the play temporarily. It reveals his real self. He is an instrumental to the discretion of his sacrificial precincts and the death of Parvasu. The play ends with Arvasu's redemptive act of persuading Indra to release Brahma Rakshasa. He sacrifices his own happiness with Nitilai of the redemption of the Brahmin Rakshas or the Brahma Rakshasa. It's a noble act in the interest of the community. It begins to rain and people dance with joy. The crisis of drought in the community comes to an end neither by the fire sacrifice performed by debased and vicious persons like Parvasu, nor by the performance of the play within the play. It is only Arvasu's single single humanitarian act that resolves the crisis of drought and brings rain. So Arvasu has played a very vital role to bring the rainfall to the kingdom. Now we have second question. What role does Andhika play in the Fire in the Rain? The play Fire in the Rain is based on the myth of Yavakri, extracted from the chapters 135 to 138 of the Vana Parva, the forest canto of the Mahabharata. It took 37 years for Girish Khanna to accomplish this work. According to the myth, Yavakri, a sage who had received universal power, universal knowledge from Indra, has a burning desire to revenge on his uncle Rabhya's family. Yavakri's father Bhardwaj and Rabhya, they were brothers. They were equally learned, but Rabhya was getting more recognition among the two, and this was the cause for the anger getting hoarded inside Yavakri. How he satiates himself and what are the consequences he faces contribute to this to be the source of the play, source for the play. The genius playwright has added the flavor of rage to it and beautified the plot. Andhaka, the blind Shudra sage who guards the hermitage of Bhardwaja, through him Arvasu and Nitilai comes to know that Yavakri, the son of Bhardwaj, is coming back in town after attaining universal knowledge through a rigorous penance of 10 years. Andhaka used to boast about the spiritual knowledge that was gained by Yavakri from the forest, directly from the gods, about the knowledge of the Vedas directly. On hearing that Yavakri had used Vishaka's love as an instrument on his revenge, Vishaka pours out the consecrated water and the Rakshasa is almost near. Yavakri now runs towards the hermitage, but the blind Andhaka does not recognize his footsteps. While he catches him on the gate, and the Rakshasa kills Yavakri. If Andhaka would have recognized Yavakri's presence, Yavakri would have been saved from the Rakshasa. This is how Andhaka also plays an important role for the death of Yavakri, because Andhaka, though he's a blind character, a blind person, though he could identify the footsteps of Nitilai Arvasu, but look at the fate here, he could not identify his master's footstep on that particular day. Otherwise, he would have saved Yavakari and the play would have been something else. So that's a very important role of Andhaka in the play, The Fire and the Rain. Explain the role played by Brahma Rakshas. The Fire in the Rain is Kannad's transcription in English, published in 1998, and title in Kannada, Agni Mattu Male. This play is based on the myth of Yavakri, taken from the chapters 135 to 138 of the Vana Parva forest canto of the Mahabharata. The Fire in the Rain, with its symbolic and allegorical overtones, is very dramatic. The supernatural element in the form of the Brahma Rakshasa is a key figure in the play, and that is introduced at this point. The Brahma Rakshasa is a cursed Brahmin soul caught in the emptiness between death and rebirth. Unless redeemed from the impossible situation, the Brahma Rakshasa, doomed to wander restlessly and painfully through eternity. When Vishaka and Yavakri had a meeting secretly, Arvasu and Nitilai reached the place exactly at this time and see the two of them physically involved. Vishaka runs homewards while Arvasu carries a pot of water and follows her. To their surprise, Rabhya is back home. On knowing about the incident, Rabhya, through his meditation, invokes a Kritya and sends a Brahma Rakshasa to kill Yavakri. And that's the role of Brahma Rakshas here, who kills Yavakri. Now, Now we have questions for 10 marks from the play The Fire in the Rain. And here you again, you have only 2 questions. And out of the 2 questions, you need to opt only 1 question. And you need to answer these questions in 2 or the 3 pages. What is the significance of the fire sacrifice arranged in the play The Fire in the Rain? The fire sacrifice controls the entire plot of the play. The play begins and ends with the fire sacrifice. Even the main incidents of the play are related to the fire sacrifice. Yavakri becomes jealous because Parvasu is selected as the chief priest of the fire sacrifice. This is the reason that Yavakri seduces Vishaka for taking revenge on Parvasu. Yavakri thinks that his father Bhardwaj should be the right man for the post of the chief priest, but that post goes to Parvasu and Parvasu becomes the chief priest. So the fire sacrifice has implanted the seed of jealousy in the mind of Yavakri. Yavakri himself says, "My father deserved to be the invited as the chief priest of the fire sacrifice, but that too went to Parvasu, your husband. Even in the midst of my austerities, I wept when I heard the news." For this reason, Yavakri seduces Vishaka, and this decision has changed the entire plot. Rebhya is jealous of his son because he's the sorry. Rebhya is jealous of his son because his son is selected as the chief priest of the fire sacrifice. So Rebhya kills Yavakri to disturb Parvasu, but this incident changes the life of Arvasu. Arvasu has to meet the elders of the Nitilai's village. He gets late as he has to cremate the body of Yavakri. Indirectly, Arvasu's life is spoiled by the fire sacrifice. Arvasu has to lose his love. On the other hand, Nitilai has to marry the man she doesn't love. Her life is also influenced by the fire sacrifice. So the fire sacrifice is in the center of the plot. It influences every incident of the play. Rebhya is jealous of his own son Parvasu because he is selected as a chief priest. Rebhya doesn't want the fire sacrifice to be successful because he is not the chief priest of the sacrifice. So he kills his son, he kills Yavakri so that he could disturb the sacrifice, and but ultimately what happens? Parvasu kills his own father. Parvasu even puts the blame on Arvasu's shoulder for killing their father, for which Arvasu is almost beaten to death by the king's army. The entire bloodshed is the effect of the sacrifice. Thus, Vishakha once advises Arvasu to live his own life and forget about the sacrifice. She says rightly, "Let it go to ruin. Does it matter? There has been enough bloodshed already." Finally, Nitilai has to sacrifice herself to teach Arvasu the true meaning of life. Arvasu realizes his guilt and sacrifices himself, so he kills himself by jumping into the blazing fire. So rain comes with the realization of true sacrifice. So fire sacrifice created the tension of the play, and self-sacrifice of Arvasu resolves everything. That is the significance of fire sacrifice in the play, The Fire in the Rain. Second question, last question from the play Fire in the Rain. Compare and contrast the characters of Arvasu and Parvasu. Arvasu is portrayed as a simple and innocent Brahmin who loves to act, sing, and dance. He, along with Nitilai, provides a contrast to the other characters who are engrossed in the pursuit of power, knowledge, and fame. It shows that Arvasu is not even bothered by the things which Yavakri, Parvasu, and Rebhya is concerned with. On the other hand, it is Arvasu who cremates his cousin's dead body, Yavakri, and bears the burden of performing the rites of penance after Parvasu kills their father, Rebhya. This depicts that though Arvasu did not care about the Brahminical way of life, he could not avoid being a part of their ritualistic beliefs. Being aware of his simplicity, Parvasu manipulates him to carry out the penance which he should have done on his own, being the elder son. Arvasu's repressed emotions come alive with the mask of Vritra, which he wears while performing in the triumph of Lord Indra. At the end of the play, when he had the option of bringing Nitalai back to life, he chose to sympathize with the Brahma Rakshasa and request Indra to grant him his release. Yet again, Brahma Rakshasa convinces him to carry out his task by stating that even Nitalai would have wanted the release for him. So Girish Karnad has presented Arvasu not as a traditional Brahmin boy, but as one who, despite being born in the Brahmin family, has his desire to act, sing, and dance. Now, Parvasu is presented as a very ambitious person who wants to confront Indra in silence as an equal Brahmin. He is very calculative and treats cautiously to achieve his own goal. In his pursuit, he even kills his father Rebhya, who, according to him, was trying to disturb him in his duty of performing the fire sacrifice. Parvasu is proud, but unlike Yavakri, he maintains a calm outlook. Girish Karnad has presented Parvasu as the symbol of supreme egotism. Parvasu, through the fire sacrifice, was trying not to seek blessing from Lord Indra, but to equal him. On the other hand, on the other hand, Parvasu accuses his brother of patricide and oust him from the sacrificial enclosure. This exposes the ruthless attitude in Parvasu's character, who applies all possible tactics to keep his status and respect in the Brahmin community. Even in Mahabharata, Parvasu is not portrayed as viciously as it is presented in the play The Fire and the Rain. He kills his father accidentally, mistaking him for a wild animal, but in both texts, Parvasu tactfully handles the situation and blames Arvasu. So, friends, these are the 30 marks questions from the play The Fire and the Rain. Now we shall have the questions from the 5 speeches which you have in the syllabus, and here you will be given 3 questions, and out of the 3 questions you need to opt here 2 questions each for 5 marks. So now the questions from speeches. Question number 1: as mentioned in Winston Churchill's speech, how did Britain defend itself when the world assumed it was completely defeated? The lesson learned throughout the past 10 months was that when facing great difficulties, one should never give in. With a combination of imagination and courage, the British people could overcome any kind of difficulties and smash any attack of the enemy. When Britain came under the heavy air attacks by Germany, many other nations thought that Britain was finished. As the country stood the ordeal, to the great surprise, those nations changed their view. Churchill tries to persuade the listeners never to give in to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy, which is mainly a more defensive attitude. Winston Churchill takes one step further, that is to convince the listeners that it's high time that the British people preserve to conquer, suggesting a more ambitious goal for the nation. As the speaker says in the text in his speech, he says, very different is the mood today. Britain, other nations thought, had drawn a sponge across her slate, but instead our country stood in the gap. There was no flinching and no thought of giving in, and by what seemed almost a miracle to those outside these islands, though we ourselves never doubted it, we now find ourselves in a position where I say that we can be sure that we have only to preserve to conquer. Question number 2. What is J.K. Rowling's final message to people who enjoy privileges? Privileges. Addressing the Harvard graduates of 2008, J.K. Rowling states that their intelligence, capacity for hard work, and the education they have earned and received will give them a unique status and unique responsibilities, irrespective of their nationality. She connects them to the world's only remaining superpower. She further remarks, she says, the way you vote, the way you live, the way you protest, the pressure you bring to bear on your government has an impact, way beyond your border, beyond your borders. That's your privilege and your burden. She tells them to use their status and influence to raise a voice on behalf of those who have no voice. They should use their identity with the powerless, not with the powerful. They should also retain the ability to imagine themselves into the lives of those who do not have any advantages. She further says, then it will not only be your proud families who celebrate your existence, but thousands and the millions of people who whose reality you have helped change. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. Last question from the speeches here. Bring out the details of how the pillars of cultural value system are useful according to Narayan Murthy. While delivering a speech at Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, New Delhi, Narayan Murthy opines that there are two pillars of the cultural value system. One is the loyalty to family, another is the loyalty to community. One should not be in isolation to the other because successful societies are those which combine both harmoniously. It is in this context that Mr. Murthy discusses the role of Western values in the contemporary Indian society. As an Indian, he further says, as an Indian, he feels proud to be part of a culture which has deep rooted family values. He further comments that we have tremendous loyalty to the family. For example, parents make enormous sacrifices to their children. They support them until they can stand on their own feet. On the other hand, children consider it their duty to take care of the aged parents. In this manner, Mr. Narayan Murthy explains how the pillars of the cultural value system are useful in our contemporary Indian society. So this is how we have discussed here the section A, 30 marks questions from the fire and the rain, and the 10 marks questions from the speeches. And I already done the videos in the 3-4 question paper solution. You can see the description box. You will get all the videos links in the description box. Now we are moving to the section B, which consists of questions from the presentation skills, paragraph writing, letter writing, brochure writing, and product manual writing. And here we have first question to prepare the presentation. And here you have the two topics and here you have choice. You need to select any one. So let's see. Draft a persuasive presentation on are social media influences beneficial or harmful to society? So you need to prepare the slides in this manner. You can prepare the boxes here. Slide 1 will be having the topic and presented by slide 2 onwards. Your division or your description of the topic will start, and you can prepare the chart, you can prepare the picture, you can prepare the images to make your presentation more effective so that you can get the best marks. You can also use a color pencil to make your presentation more impressive. This this presentation which I have done, it's just a sample. You can do better than this. Now you have second question. Draft an informative presentation on professional etiquettes in the workplace. So the same manner, you need to prepare the boxes, you need to give the slide number, and you need to divide your presentation into the headings and the subheadings. You can design, you can also give the shade, you can also use the color pencils to make your presentation more decorative, and you can make it more effective. So you can watch my exclusive videos on how to prepare the presentation. The link is available in the description box. Now we are moving to the next question. Write any paragraph by using the following hints. So you have here two paragraphs and you need to select only one. Write a descriptive essay or the paragraph on the topic, a difficult situation that taught you something valuable. So when you're writing a paragraph here, it's a mistake here. It's not essay. There's an error in the question paper. It's not descriptive essay. It is descriptive paragraph. So you need to give a title to your paragraph, and obviously descriptive. You need to describe about your own difficult situation. So you can pause the video and you can go through the answer. So you can write in a paragraph. You can go through the answer. You can pause the video. Don't do any kind of grammatical error and give a heading, give a title to the paragraph. Similarly, you have one more question here with a choice. Complete the following paragraph using the hints. So hints will be given, and based on the hints, you can develop a paragraph. So in this question paper, the hints are given about junk food and its impact. And the answer is here. Is junk food is reality, is really a junk food? Right, is really junk. So you can use such impressive title and you can develop a paragraph. You can pause the video and you can go through the answer. So paragraph writing, 5 marks. Next question, very important question. You have here letter writing. So in this question paper, they asked complaint letter and inquiry. You need to opt one letter. So write a letter of complaint on behalf of Mehta Store, Bangalore, to the Excellence Stationery, MG Road, Bangalore, for the long delay in sending the consignment of the goods. So obviously here, who is the sender? Mehta Stores. Date 17 February. Who is the receiver? The manager, Excellent Stationery, MG Road, Mangalore, 45. Then the salutation, dear sir, madam. Then the subject, letter of complaint for the delayed delivery, and the body of the letter with reference to our order dated 10th January 2024. We would like to bring to your kind notice that the consignment has not yet delivered to our firm till the last date. It has affected our business. To manage it, we had to buy from other company on high price. Such delay would affect our business relationships. We would like to receive the order consignment within the 4 working days, failing to which the order may be cancelled. Kindly do the needful. Thank you. Yours truly, Manager, Excellent Stationery. So that's about the complaint letter. In an option you have here, inquiry letter. Write an inquiry letter to Excel group of institutions that runs a soft skills training center offered to undergraduate students. Include points about the modules, fee structure, timing, etc. So you are the I'm the sender, date, and the receiver, the director, Excel group of institutions, Vijayanagar, Bangalore. Dear sir, subject inquiry about soft skills training course. Body of the letter, I am writing to inquire about the soft skills training program offered by your institution for undergraduate students. As a prospective student interested in enhancing my skills and preparing for future career opportunities, I am keen to learn more about the modules, fee structure, timing, and the other relevant details of the program. I would appreciate any information you can provide to help me make an informed decision about enrolling in the soft skills training session conducted by your institution. Thank you, yours faithfully. So these answers are just a simple answer. You can also add your own opinions, but the format, let it be same. So this is about letter writing. Now you have the last question, the section 8, last question, where you have a choice. Either you attempt the product manual or you attempt the brochure. So this time, product manual is very tough. And here the questions like this: design a product manual using the given information. Prestige is one of the well-known homeware brands in India that strives to provide high-quality products that respond to consumer problems by constantly innovative, setting new standards, and creating outstanding work. So you have key points: an impressive array of homeware products, bring kitchen to life, prestige, juicer, mixer, grinder, etc. So you need to utilize this information and you need to prepare a user manual or the product manual. So I have tried like this. You need to draw the image of all the products of prestige, write a welcome note. Then in the product range, you bring out which are the products this company has here. Then afterwards, the user manual, how to use it, right? then innovation and quality, any kind of innovation and quality this product consists, then afterwards contact details. So like this, you need to be quite creative to bring up this answer. Then last question you have here with a choice. If you don't like to write product manual, you can use here brochure writing, or brochure writing, you can use it here. Your college is conducting an intercollegiate cultural and arts fest, Euphoria, and you have been assigned to design a brochure. The brochure is also an invitation for students from outside your college. It should also include the following points: date and venue, events, last date, contact details, registration link. So I try to bring it in a very simple way, because we don't have the technology during examination. So you can go through this brochure here, this poster here, and you can add here a few more things like registration details, registration prices. You can mention here the link, you can mention here guest, you can mention here, right? So friends, this is how I have tried to solve the question paper of third semester BCom BBA Bangalore University 2024 examination. And the same question paper can also be considered as a practice paper for the Bangalore North University students. So if you like this channel, if you like this video, click on the video, click on the like button, write in the comment box, and please go through the description box. You will get all the videos links of third semester BCom BBA. And if you still you cannot find on my YouTube channel, you can see the playlist. You will get here in the playlist, you will get all the videos. Thank you so much. I wish you good luck for the forthcoming examination. Thank you once again.